Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast, episode number 26. What were the highlights? Were you happy with the results of the Olympiads? And let the people know your thoughts about that.
Listen, I think from all my Kizomba experiences, I never have lived a better day than the day of Olympiads.
Wow.
It was awesome. Like seeing people challenging, like this way, seeing people trying to do an improvisation, caring about the musicality, trying to do their best, seeing people crying because they succeed. It was awesome. Like you can't imagine how the atmosphere was strong.
Damas maravilhosas, aqui a Chiquinha batera, é pra sentirem, aqui a Chiquinha do Madabaia, e eu também faço a tarraxinha de rejogo. Sobe, yo. Eu quero a dama que tá rachado. Eu quero a dama que arrasado. Eu quero a dama que tá rachado. Eu quero a dama que quadradado. Eu quero a dama que tá rachado. Eu quero a dama que quadradado.
Welcome to the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast, the podcast dedicated to inspiring dancers worldwide whose hearts have been touched by music and dance. The universal language of dance and music is spoken by many of us throughout the world. We want to motivate the dancer in you by sharing stories, insights, and ideas to enhance your journey. Join us now with your host, Charles Ogar.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast. Thank you for joining us today in another episode, and we're awesome to have you here for our special announcement. If you can see from the title of the podcast, we do have some big announcements here for you guys for one of what's going to be a really big project for me and my special guest Laurent here coming up next year in 2017, but also for the Kizomba community here in North America. How you doing today, Laurent?
I'm doing good, and you, Charles?
I cannot complain at all.
Good project, like it sounds very good.
Yes, for sure. So as you guys saw in the title of the podcast, we are going to be discussing the feedback that we got from the video that we put out for the Olympiads. And in that particular video, we recorded a video after the Neo Kiss Festival this year back in July of 2016. And you can see in my eyes, I was pretty tired from organizing that event. But we talked about, is North America ready to first have the competition? And the competition will go into all the details and answer a lot of you guys' questions of what to expect. And then also have a representative or a couple represent North America to also compete in Paris for the finals for the Olympiads of Kizomba there. And based on the feedback that we got, everybody seemed to be really supportive of the idea. Some people were really excited. They're like, oh, I'm down. Let me know where I need to sign up. We had people from Canada, we had people from Mexico, and all over the US were like, ooh, let me know the details, because I'm down to kind of represent. And I think the prize and all expense paid trip to go to Europe to represent is a really good incentive to get people to start to train and to start to dance and to be a well-versed dancer to kind of represent really good what's going on with the Olympiads, which is Laurent's project that he started earlier this year. So Laurent, what do you think?
Yeah, the feedback was amazing. Like people were really exciting, and I was shocked. Like I was expecting like comments like, oh, I don't know if you are ready, I don't know, Europe is really high level. No, they were like, I don't care, I go, I compete. Like it was like, whew. I was really happy to see the feedback, and I think it's a very good idea. So now I'm ready. I'm ready. What about you?
I'm ready. I said, let's do it.
Then are they ready?
They're going to have to let us know in the comments for the podcast.
So we're gonna see. So actually, we have to take the decision. Are we doing the selection of Olympiads in North America in 2017 or not? Because it's also up to you, Neo Kizomba Productions.
Oh, yes. I say yes. Let's do it. Let's move forward. I don't think we have anything to lose, and like the vision behind it, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about this, is really to develop the Kizomba scene more here in North America, across the US, across Canada, across Mexico, and to let Europe know what we're all about.
Yeah. So let's do it. Actually, us in Europe, we are ready to welcome the US winner to represent US to the next Olympiad of Kizomba next year. So first of all, I think we have to talk about the date. I'm just to make the information clear, the next final of Olympiad of Kizomba gonna happen the last weekend of June 2017, 24 till 25. So the selection in North America has to be before, and like let's say like months before, like maybe 2, 3, 4 months before, because it has to be planned. People have to get ready for it, especially the winner. So which period do you think would be good?
The date that I think that would be really, really good, of course, is going to be in Austin, Texas, where I reside, and we'll have the event and everything here. And the dates will be March 24th to the 26th of 2017 here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, sign up. I'm
Yes.
okay with it.
It's going to be really, really awesome. I just got a little shiver of goosebumps of excitement that went through me. Just kind of saying the dates.
Don't go too far. Exactly.
But I think it's going to be really, really awesome, you know, like just because like personally, like just putting a lot of work out there. And obviously I'm not the only person trying to push Kizomba. There's a lot of people in a lot of different states that have all been contributing to the growth of Kizomba here in North America. But it really makes me happy to be able to offer this to the people, to continue to grow Kizomba more to a higher level, you know, because obviously Paris is amazing when it comes to the Kizomba events, the Kizomba instruction, the Kizomba dancing, and the DJs and things like that. So we're just trying to get a little of that here going in North America, on the same quality level, you know.
I know. You know, this is the vision. Like, it's not just about doing the Olympiads in North America. Mm-hmm. There's a big vision behind it. It's not about like do a competition one more. It's really like about giving a challenge to the North America community to be able to compete in the same category of European, of Parisian dancer. Because actually, I don't think like North America the level is that low. It's just that you just maybe came in Kizomba a little bit later than Paris, you know. Mm-hmm. And you know, today times doesn't really mean anything, because all the experience that Paris got in 5 years, you in US you can get it in 1 year, you know. So actually it's not about time. I think it's just about the vision. Like, if you guys in North America have the vision to grow up, to work on the dance, I would not be surprised that if you get the same level than Paris in the next years.
No, and it's just those opportunities and those challenges and the will to want to keep training and learning more and practicing across multiple levels, you know, because I feel in Paris you have very well-rounded and versatile dancers across the many different Kizomba styles.
Yeah, actually, it's maybe not for like the reputation of Paris. It's maybe not good, but I'm gonna be honest. Sorry for that. Mm-hmm. But if Paris, because definitely Paris is the best city for Kizomba ever in the world. Mm-hmm. I'm not like saying that in Portugal or in Angola it's not good. Of course it's good, but in Paris what is good is like you're gonna find a high level of every single type of Kizomba. Mm-hmm. You know, like it's really high. And I think if it's the case, it's because of the competition. Maybe in what I'm talking about is a bad competition, because in Paris when I was growing in my dance, you had a lot of dancers, you have a lot of teachers. You can see that in the European festival, like the lineup is 50-80% of Parisian teachers, and you have a lot of competition in between peoples. When you go to the party, you have to be the best, and because of this competition, those goals, then people train and get better and better and better. So actually, maybe if we set a good competition in between people, maybe it's gonna be a good way to grow up. Like, I think it's the same that what I said just before, but it's just to confirm the vision of bringing the Olympiads in North America.
For sure. I agree. Definitely. I want to talk a little bit about what your vision was of starting the Olympiads in Paris, because you had the first one that happened this year.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know how that went for you, but go ahead and let the audience know a little bit what your initial vision was.
So basically, I had this idea 2 years before doing it. Like, I had this idea in 2014, yeah. Then the idea became concrete after I have seen the Africa Dancer selection in Paris in 2015. And to be really honest, I was disappointed, but for the wrong reason. I'm telling you, for the wrong reason. Because Africa Dancer, if you want to be good, you have to do a show. You have to do a show. So to do a show, you have to have attribute more than a good dancer at the social.
Acrobatics.
Not especially acrobatics, not like especially that, but you have to do a show. Like doing a show goes more than be good at the social. And before, when I went to African Dancer selection, I was believing that they were looking for a good dancer. So I was disappointed. Like, I was like, what the fuck? That guy is the best dancer of the competitor, and he's out already for the first round. How is it possible? I was like, wow, like how? With the time and the experience, I understood that they were looking for a good show, a good show to win African Dancer. So you really have to have a good show. If you do social dancing on stage, then they will not, they will say, okay, you dance very good, but it's social dancing, like we need a show. And then it got me an idea. I was like, okay, African Dancer is a competition for showman, Now, what if we would do a competition? Because I'm coming from the hip hop world. Before, I was going to hip hop event, and in hip hop event, the competition, it's like except the troupe, except the teams, it's battle. Like you have to come, play the music, and just show what you know how to do.
Improvisation.
Like improvisation. And I was like, what if we would do something similar, judge the couples in a spontaneous way, like to see who is the best dancer, not who is the best showman, who is the best dancer on the dance floor, who, like, if I'm a follow, who am I gonna make the cue to dance with it in the dance floor at the social, who is the best, like, improvisation, because actually when you dance kizomba, it's a spontaneous way. You go to a party, you are not doing a show at the party, So I was like, there is nothing for that, And when I was doing this, people around me was saying like, yes, but it's not possible. And it's the word that you can't tell me when I have an idea in my head. It's not possible. Then when I heard it, I said, okay. And next year gonna happen the Olympiad of Kizomba. So first of all, I was working at the idea. It was pretty hard to set a good way to do it. First of all, I didn't want to do categories. I wanted to do criteria. So it means, first of all, it wasn't authentic, urban. It wasn't by style. It was by criteria. Like it was musicality, techniques, And I saw then if you want to judge musicality or techniques, it will always depend of the style. You know,
Definitely.
like the big problem was that it will always depend on the style, because the musicality and the technique is different if you dance an authentic way of dancing kizomba, if you dance tarasha, if you dance a urban way to dance kizomba, it will be different. Like a urban dancer will always seem more techniques than an authentic, and it doesn't mean anything, because authentic dance can be really technique, but it's more inside, you know. So because of that, I was like really thinking about it, and then got me the idea to separate the style like this, like, because one other problem with African dancehall is that it was really hard to define who was really good, because when you come to African dancehall, if you dance urban or authentic kizomba, you don't know if you lose because you have danced urban or authentic, or if you lose because your thing was not good enough, you know. Like it was like some people were like, I lose because I dance urban. Yes, but the winner of this year is a urban dancer, so what the fuck, you know.
Yeah,
like what, you know. Because of that, it got me the idea to do it through categories of style like this. If you're judging urban, we want you to do urban, you know. Like even though you're a good authentic dancer, we want you to do urban, like real. It's the same in authentic. If you do urban in authentic, you're gonna be in the last, you know, like definitely. And then the idea came, and we set it as Olympiad with a real process of working. Like it was really 1 year. Like I'm telling you, it took 1 year to set the good way to do it. And then we started for the first year, and it took 1 year to prepare it, and still we did a lot of mistakes.
Nice. And we'll definitely talk about those for sure. But one thing I definitely want to do to backtrack a little bit is talk about the good kizomba dancers, the real kizomba dancers, because kizomba is not a show dance. It's not a performance dance. Yes, people do performances, but usually they're always mixing something with the kizomba to make it stage worthy, you know. You don't really see a lot of kizomba performances that are just doing kizomba only or even urban only. They're trying to do other things to kind of make it pop more and things like that. But when you go to a kizomba only party with a good DJ and things like that, you still get to have very awesome dances, awesome connection with certain people, and you don't even know what songs the DJ are going to play. You start one song, you don't know what song he's going to mix in next, you know. So you really have to be able to be adaptable on the spot, in the present moment, with the connection that you have with your partner at that particular moment. And that is, I feel, is what the highlight is going to be with the Olympiads versus having to memorize a show. Now it's just really based on the connection, and connection is definitely something that kizomba is like a main focus of, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's not like this, but kind of. It's like someone on a dance floor would have a trouble with someone else, and then they would say, instead to fight, let's dance, you know. Like in the middle of the party, like a battle, you know. Instead to fight, like for real, let's dance. Take your partner, I take my partner, let's ask the DJ to put the music, you know. Just put the song, and we're gonna see who is the best on the dance floor. Actually, Olympiad it's the same. You don't need, like, it's really like in a real situation, spontaneous connection with your partner, connection with the music, and connection with the style. It's really like improvisation. We don't ask you to do a lot of acrobacy. We want you to be a good dancer, like you would be on the dance floor.
And for sure, and show your unique expression, your unique creativity, your unique musicality with the different songs.
Yeah, definitely.
So you had the event this year. You had the 4 categories and things like that. Before we talk about the winners and the categories and things about that, you said that you made a lot of mistakes. So let's talk about those mistakes. Let's talk about the criticisms that you had for the event, and then we'll flip the script and talk about the highlights of it.
Yeah, so it's a good point to talk about the mistakes that we have done. Yeah, okay. First mistakes was to think that we could do it in one day. 4 categories, 20 couples passing in each categories for 1.5 minutes. It's impossible in one day. So for the next year, we know that it's impossible in one day. It's going to be too long. So we do selection in different countries this year and in Paris as well. And then we do only the final in one day. So that is the first mistake that we have done. Second mistake that we have done is that like the day D, the how to say that, like the competitors, they were choosing their music random, like it was random. It was random. It was like they take a ball in a cup and it's a number, then the DJ had a number of playlists and then the DJ play,
Gotcha.
But the number, like if a music was already passed, then it could not pass anymore, because the number was beside, Then now this year, every time like someone can get the chance to take the same music or to be unlucky, to not take the same music or whatever. Like it's gonna be more random for real about it. Another mistake that we have done, it's the same that doing it in one day. We didn't limit the number of couples passing the selection. So it means that, for example, in urban, on 20 couples, 18 couples passed the selection. Like it was amazing, like because the judge, they were just about saying okay or not okay, like yes or no, It was like just okay, I want you to, and the judges, it was the first edition, so they were really kind, too kind. And my fault as well, I didn't limit, so they could take whoever they want, So actually it was another mistake. And last mistake that we have done, because we were late, we didn't let enough time to people to dance, to have a social in between the categories,
Okay.
So next year we're gonna put a real point on it, like in between each categories, people will have time to practice, because when you just come to see, you want to see, and it gets you to willing to dance,
Definitely.
So we're really gonna set it like really in a strict way, like competition, practice, like social, competition, social. It's really, really important for those people coming just to see the competition.
For sure. That's awesome. So it's awesome to talk about those mistakes, because that's how you learn. You fail forward. You make those mistakes, you adjust, and you keep moving forward. Sure. So it's good to know about those things. Did you get any criticism over the Olympiads event from a general sense?
I didn't get that. I didn't get really criticism from the event, more for the videos. To talk like about the vision of Olympiad. The vision of Olympiad is, in one word, unity. It's not like urban or traditional or authentic or when you are on a dance floor, why would not you be able to dance everything? Like the DJ is like authentic, you dance authentic. The DJ change urban, you dance urban. The DJ dance Tasha, you dance Tasha. The DJ completely change sensual, you dance sensual. Why not? I'm able to do it, and I enjoy it a lot. And most of the followers, they follow. So if I dance authentic, urban, Tarasha, they follow. Like, why separate things? Why should I create 4 competition? No, the same competition, the same competition for dancers, and I have done it because my vision is about really unity. Like, you don't need to separate things. We are all together, and it's true, it's different. Let's talk properly. In authentic and urban is really different, but you can dance both.
Yes, for sure. Like,
you can and you can dance both, and you can compete both at the same competition. This is the vision.
Well, I think the main thing is the cross compatibility.
Yeah.
If you find somebody who only dances urban and you have a follower who only does authentic, they can dance together for sure. Also depending on the song. And if you go to a Kizomba party, this is where you're going to get all these different sounds and styles of music that makes you dance in a particular way. You know, it's not like you're at a kizomba party and somebody throws on salsa and you try to dance kizomba to salsa. That's not the case. So that's not it's not compatible, you know. But with tarasha, with authentic or traditional, or with urban or sensual, that they're all cross compatibility. And then when you dance with a follower and you feel like she's stronger or has a preference or something like that, then that influences your style to try to connect to her, or vice versa, you know.
Yeah, you said something really interesting, because actually if I choose those kind of style, it's not because of the styles, because if it would be because of the styles, everybody will ask me why sensual. It doesn't exist, you know. Like, we know traditional, we know urban, we know tarasha, but we don't know sensual. And I always said, you know why sensual? Because the idea as well, they ask us what is sensual, and I said, when you go to a kizomba party, the DJ normally, if he is logic, he gonna put sessions, you know, like a little bit of that, a little. The DJ normally, he knows that he puts kizomba, like real kizomba, authentic. Then he change. When he gonna change, he gonna choose, or he gonna put what we call douceur, sweetness, you know, smooth song. You're gonna put smooth, or you're gonna put fast song, like really heartbeat, like Safi, things like this. Or you're gonna put really instrumental, ta 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 ta, like tarasha. But for a DJ, it's gonna be different sessions, you know. When he gonna mix, he gonna DJ something else when he gonna choose. And from experience, I can categorize that in 4 categories, like the authentic way, like traditional kizomba, whatever. The urban, like remixes, like Safi, tun 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 tun, you know, like really fast, the urban. The tarasha, but then it means something if we stop at tarasha. It means the moment that everybody is going hugging to each other, you know.
Where the leader and the follower both close their eyes.
Exactly, and that moment, I can't find another way to call it instead of sensual, you know. And people say, yes, but this is like, if you call sensual, then you have to know like how to dance sensual in a competition. And I said, it's not especially dancing sensual in a competition, it's just to be able to understand what is sensual. Sensual is sensual, yes, but it's mainly being elegant, you know, like being elegant, being beautiful, being smooth, being with the music, you know. Every time when people ask me what is sensual, I say, look at Isabelle and Felician. Isabelle and Felician, they are not really authentic. They are not really tarasha, even though they know how to do. If they are not really urban, the image of urban that we see, what do they are? For me, they are elegant. They are beautiful. They are matched with the music that they dance on. They are sensual, you know. This is the way I see that 4th categories, you know.
No, it's good to talk about that so people can have a better understanding, because I know some people were like, well, isn't kizomba essential dance in general, so it should be a part of everything? And it's like, yes, but this is the vision of it, the elegant factor of it, you know. And I think that's
exactly.
I think that's a good point to mention.
We're gonna talk about it when we're gonna like break down the 1st categories. I'm gonna explain exactly my vision, even though it's not me the judge. I'm gonna explain my vision of each categories. But to respond to your main question, criticizing, I didn't get any critic about the event, but more about the videos, because on the videos of tarasha, let's say the people knowing tarasha before 2010 say something that nobody could expect. Can you guess what?
It's not tarashinha.
This is not tarashinha. And why? I will explain you why. Today in tarashinha, it's happening exactly the same that what happened in kizomba. People took the tarashinha base, the tarashinha principle, and they dance it in a different type of song. Did you hear the new wave of tarashinha music going out, like really electronic, like really different? Like I can show you a music of tarasha.
Angle like sounds.
Yeah, but Ango Sang is pretty new. Like music tarasha from 2010 and music what they call tarasho, like the producer they put tarasho on 2016. Like it's 2 music different, like completely nothing to see to each other, you know. But then when people started to dance on it, then they dance completely different to each other. Like they keep the bass, like playing with the hips and playing with a strong beat, you know, but in a different way. So the problem is that in Olympiads, doing Tarasha like before, people, they didn't really know how to do, except the winners. Like we're gonna talk about it. People didn't know really how to do. So in the mind of people, it was Tarasha. It's the Tarasha of today. So they did da 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 da. And then because of that, some famous people from Paris, they share the video, say that is bullshit, that is not Tarasha. So actually, this is the same problem that we had in Urban. So actually, I have the same reaction that in Urban or whatever. Do whatever you want on the dance floor. That's all. You know, they look, they say that it's not Tarasha. That okay, you can sing whatever you want, do whatever you want on the dance floor, whatever you feel like, you know. But from the moment that you start maybe to teach, and if you start to teach, then you should know what you are talking about.
For sure.
And this is exactly the case of, I don't know if you have heard about Guani and Kizzy.
Definitely. I'll put a link for them in the show notes so people can see them if they haven't heard of them.
Yeah. Guani and Kizzy, they are really a Tarasha, good Tarasha teachers. When they teach you Tarasha, they will teach you the real base of Tarasha, and it's going to be real basics. And then they will tell you, then we're going to add our style, we're going to teach you how we do our stuff, but they will never say this is Tarasha. Never. They will always say this is their own interpretation of the music, you know.
Sure.
So when you start to teach, then it's okay, you know, then it's okay. You start to really be careful on what you say. But those people competing, they are not specially teaching Tarasha. They are just trying to win the Olympiads, you know. So let them alone. If they are not good, then the judge is gonna say they are not good. That's all.
So I have to go off subject a little bit. When we were talking about the different styles and the different things, like you and I have an idea of the different sounds of the Tarashinha, but our audience doesn't. So we're not going to have time to do this in this podcast. But if we already have an audience and they're listening to us, there's no reason why we can't have a podcast that's dedicated to showing the different flavors of Kizomba and Zouk and Tarashinha, and actually play songs that represent what we mean. And when they came out, to give people a perspective of the timeline of the changes that have been happening with the music. I think that'd be a really good podcast to do together.
Definitely. I would be really, really excited for this.
With the actual music, you know? So they can hear, okay, this is an example of Tarashinha from 2010, and we play the song.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be one of our visions for a podcast for sure. But I mean, if we have people listening already, then there's no reason for us not to do that. And maybe it might be tough to do it all in one podcast, but maybe we can do a series of different podcasts that focus on different styles,
musics, you know? and styles. Yeah, that's a good idea. We have our next idea.
So yes, that's awesome that you got that criticism about it, but it's at the same time, it's like to get everybody to believe the same thing in dance is going to be a tall order, you know. So I'm pretty sure people are always going to have their different opinions and perspectives and views, you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, the one you wanted to say something else?
No. I already said enough.
Let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsors. Have you been looking to level up your Kizomba, but you don't have the local instructors to take you there? Are you looking for something concrete to practice with your Kizomba partner? Or are you looking for Kizomba lessons that you can take on your schedule in the comfort of your home? If you answered yes to any of these questions, look no further. LearnToKiz.com is what you need. Progressive, step-by-step lessons that you can take at your pace in the comfort of your home or anywhere with a solid internet connection on your PC, Mac, or any smartphone. New videos are added every month. You can try this awesome resource out 30 days free at LearnToKiz.com/podcast. After the 30 days free is only a low $15 per month. But again, the special offer for the Dance Your Heart on Fire listeners, 30 days free at LearnToKiz.com/podcast. You won't find this offer anywhere else. LearnToKiz.com/podcast. And now back to our show. Okay, so let's talk about the highlights of the event. How do you feel, despite your mistakes, the criticisms, what were the highlights? Were you happy with the results of the Olympiads? And let the people know your thoughts about that.
Listen, I think from all my Kizomba experiences, I never have lived a better day than the day of Olympiads.
Wow.
It was awesome. Like seeing people challenging like this way, seeing people trying to do an improvisation, caring about the musicality, trying to do their best, seeing people crying because they succeed. It was awesome. Like you can't imagine how the atmosphere was strong. Even the audience, like they were just watching. It was awesome to watch the atmosphere. You know, it wasn't like they just do the show and you just applause at the end. No, it was really competing. Each one going in the middle of the arena, trying to do better than the last one. And every time, because what you have to know is that the note, it's not on the like hide. It's like they have a paper, they note the note, and then they show to everybody in direct live the note. And then we put the note in the computer, and we have a ranking in a direct live. Like everybody knows what's going on, like now. And so everybody was seeing who is going first, who is crossing each other. It was like a game. I was like, wow. The day, it was really, really, really good. And the final, and the competitor from the beginning of the day until the end of the day, because it finished at over than midnight. They were like amazing. To be serious, like when I was younger, I was going to hip hop event, and I felt the same. I felt the same atmosphere, the same energy. Like even though you are not competing, you are still excited to be here to see what's gonna happen, who's gonna do what, and it was like. And the highlight is like all the people seeing the video told me the idea looks great. You know, the concept looks great. It's not just a competition; it's more than that. The concept look great, and a lot of people saying like next year I'm down. You know, like for sure. So this year I'm not scared about like if I'm gonna get competitors or not. Like I'm more scared to get too much, you know, than everything. But I think the concept is good, you know. Like to be completely honest with you, this event is more about, now for me it's more about losing time and money than winning anything. But what I get back is more important than that. Like the fact that people is opening their mind about the fact that we can all be unit, about authentic, urban, Taracha, and sensual, that people see another concept in Olympiads and not just another competition than the others, you know. All of that doesn't have any price. It's like awesome for me. Like the highlight for me is that the concept and the message of unity pass, you know. Like some people would say I lost money, so I'm not gonna do the event again. If I lose money every year to get that's okay, that's all right for me, because really the event was really like awesome for me, and organizing it was exciting. A little bit stressed, but it's like really good.
No, that's awesome to hear. Just to hear the passion in your voice and the happy moments and like the unity and seeing something what you really believe in come to reality, you know, is really awesome. So that brought you to have it, and of course we've been talking, and that's why we're going to be expanding it, and you're going to be opening up to other countries as well. And I decided to join you with your vision because I like the vision and the concept behind it as well, to bring it here to North America. Are you talking or maybe trying to expand with any other countries?
First year it was only in Paris, and if the other countries wanted to come, they would have to come to Paris to compete. And we got no one from other country because it was the first edition. Not everybody was in touch with it, and even the first time that I have done it, it was even not translated in English. It was only in French, because the first one I really wanted to do it small, you know, like small,
like a test.
like a test, and I got 24 couples. So it was really a good experience. And now next year, I want to start. Let's say the Olympiads of Kizomba cannot be in a city. The Olympiads of Kizomba cannot be in a country. It has to be worldwide, like his name, Olympiads. Olympiads is not, it has to be worldwide.
Yeah, the Olympics is a worldwide competition.
Yeah. I don't want to do something worldwide just to do something worldwide, because I want to do it slowly. I want to keep the concept in a quality way. I don't want to call every single organizer that I don't even know in several countries, I want to do, like something that I saw. It's another competition. This other competition, have you heard about Juste Debout in hip hop?
I haven't.
Yeah, in Paris, it's a worldwide competition of hip hop, and the first year they have done only Paris. Then the second year they had one country, and each year they had a new country. And I'm seeing this like this. Next year, so then it's done. We're gonna have US, we're gonna have France, and maybe one or two others country. Then we're gonna compete, and then the year after, maybe we're gonna add a new country. But we know, like, step by step. Let's see if it works, if it's going good, and then add another country and another country and another country.
No, I think that's a good idea. You have to kind of control it, and especially if you want to keep the quality and the vision of it intact, I think it's important to kind of scale the growth easily, versus trying to blow it out of proportion, and then you bite off too much. You bite off more than what you can chew,
Definitely.
Okay, so now our audience has a better idea of what the event is going to be entailing for next year and what your vision was. So let's talk a little bit more about the nuts and bolts of the event that's going to be happening here in North America, Austin, March 24th to the 26th, 2017. It's going to be happening here. Facebook event is going to be in the show notes, so you guys can check that out. And RSVP. If you want to compete, we're going to have instructions for you. If you want to participate in the festivities and the competition as a viewer, there's going to be instructions there for you as well. For the people who are possibly interested in competing, let's let them know what the details are.
So, what is the process? Last year we did all of what I'm gonna tell you in one day, which was a mistake. So first of all, you have the selection. The I don't know how you call it in English. Like where you just see and you just make a first choose. Like, okay, you're gonna compete. It's just the selection. You know what I mean?
First round.
Yeah, the first one is selection. It's not even, you don't even get a note. You're just like yes or no, like you pass or you don't, Then after this, no, I have to be clear. So I'm gonna start in another way. You have selection in the fourth category. So it means that, let's say that I'm a competitor and I want to compete in the fourth category. So I'm gonna pass in each category on a different song. Like, let's say, like authentic category, I come and I pass in authentic. Then everybody pass and then urban, I come again and I pass on a urban music, and then everybody pass. And Tarasha, and the same like this for every categories. When you pass, like, it's an improvisation about 1 minute, and you pass on a song match with the categories. Like in authentic, you will never have a urban. It's logic, and it change everything in the competition. By the way, let's say that you are going to a Kizomba competition. You are an authentic dancer, and you go to a Kizomba competition, and the organization put a urban song. You are gonna be like, hey people, I'm dancing authentic Kizomba. What are you? Like, it's really important to know on which type of song you're gonna dance. It's really, really important. Then, if I'm the competitor, I have been selected in 2 categories, then I go to the next level, the second round on those 2 categories. And I'm just out of the other categories. You understand what I mean? Is it clear? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Is this clear? Then, second round. Second round is the notation. So it means that you get a note, and then you have a rank at the end of the round, And the rank is like direct live. Like, it's really like, you see if you are first, if someone is going better than you, then you are second. If someone is going better than you, then you are third. And it's really like it's really exciting, you know. Then you have the rank. After the second round, when the ranking is done, you have the first, the second, and the third, and those three couples comes back for the final to fight against each other to see who gonna be the gold, the silver, and the bronze medal. So 3 rounds, first selection, yes or no, you pass or not. Second, you get a note, then you know if you are in the 3 first couples or not. And the third, only 3 couples, the final, you go the final. And this process, so this 3 rounds, in each categories. So it means that at the end we have 4 podiums. So it means that each category has a podium different or sometimes similar. If those people are getting good in both categories, then you have 4 podiums. So you have the first, second, third place in authentic, urban, Taracha, and sensual. It's not from now. It's not one competition. It's like 4 small competition. And then when we got the 4 podiums, we are looking for the winner of Olympiads, and it's like the real Olympics, you know, the real Olympics, to see who won the Olympics. It's the one who got the most the most number of gold medals, right? And in this it's the same. The one who was the most gold medals won the Olympiads. But let's say if I just have 1 gold medal and another one have 1 gold medal, then it's about the silver medals, then it's about the bronze medals, and it's work exactly like the Olympics about the medals.
For sure.
If you want to win the Olympiads of Kizomba, you better have to be able to try to be in the maximum of podiums to get the maximum of medals to be able to win Olympiad of Kizomba.
For sure.
But watch out. Let's say if nobody goes at least 2 podiums, let's say that the 3 first of authentic are completely different of the 3 of urban, completely different of the, like, if no one has minimum 2 medals, then no champions. In that case, no champions. First year didn't happen, but if 1 year it happened, there will not be like no champion this year, because we are not gonna say we are not gonna attain the classement of the second round, because the classement of the second round is really like just one you go 1 minute and then you know what I mean. It's too fast. It has to be concrete. It has to be concrete. You have to get at least 2 medals to be able to be the champion of Olympiads. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Yeah, because then it's just really widespread, you know. So you're not getting somebody from the overall. Yeah. Awesome. So we're gonna have the competition here. We're gonna have those 4 categories. The couples that are going to be competing, you don't know which song you're going to dance to. To kind of keep that so, as an element.
I'm really sorry I didn't explain how it's gonna happen in US and how it's gonna happen in Paris.
It's okay.
So in US gonna be a selection. So actually it depends of you, Neo Kizomba Productions, how it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen with 4 categories and everything, and then when we get the winner, like the winner of the selection of Olympiads in US, he travels in Paris for the final of Olympiads, and in the final he doesn't do the selection, he just do directly the second round. So when he get Paris to do the second round to have the classement, you know, of the 4 categories to be able to maybe go in the podium, you know. It's not like going from the beginning in Paris all the competition.
For
he
sure.
gets directly the second round. It's like the selection, he got it in US.
Exactly. And then he gets into the mix on the second round, which is going to choose the top 3 of each one of the categories. And then the final round is now the ranking of those top 3 couples to see which one is going to get the bronze, silver, and gold in each category.
Why does it sound so clear in your mouth?
I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense, but I mean, I can reiterate so the people can understand a little bit. But it makes sense. Your English is fine. I think you're just doubting yourself or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm improving my English each year.
Yes.
wait for me. In 10 years, gonna be a real perfect English talker.
Well, I mean, we talked about this with French instructors speaking English, because I think just not even dance instructors, but overall French people, it's not super common to come across somebody that speaks really.
I'm a god for French people when I speak English. I speak bad English, but for French people, I'm like, oh, he's bilingual.
I hear you. All right, so let's go a little bit into the 4 categories for the medals that we're going to be offering here, and we'll bring that back to the event here and give a synopsis of what people can expect for that weekend. But let's talk a little bit about the categories.
So the categories, a lot of people are saying like, we don't know what it means. In the rules of the competition and in the website, which I'm still waiting for, in the website gonna be clear what we are waiting for the competitor for the categories. Authentic, it's like what people call traditional. We didn't call it traditional by respect, because we respect the culture. And the culture, like the big head of Kizomba said that Kizomba traditional doesn't exist. And personally, I agree with them. Kizomba is Kizomba. Kizomba traditional doesn't exist. We call it authentic. Authentic is not a name; it's a definition. And all categories of Kizomba, it's style. It's not name. It's not a brand new name of like, it's not a on one or on two like in salsa. It's not name. It's definition. It's to define which type of Kizomba we are waiting from the people and which type of Kizomba we are gonna dancing on.
And just to talk a little bit about that, the way that we name our dances is really crazy, and it's hard sometimes. I don't think the people who give traditional Kizomba do it out of disrespect to like say, oh, it's boring or it's old or anything like that, because if you take a look at the history of Kizomba, it's not that old. You have dances that have been danced for centuries, and Kizomba hasn't been around for a century yet. So it makes sense for it to not be traditional. The same thing happens with traditional bachata and stuff like that. People say it's not a tradition, but people are just trying to be clear of the differences of the styles, and I don't like, if you say it's traditional, okay, I understand that it's not a tradition of that. And then it's like, it's not a tradition of one culture. There's a lot of different cultures. So it's hard to say, okay, this is a tradition shared by multiple cultures, because people don't really do it. Usually you say if it's a tradition, it's specific to a particular culture, But we don't have an international dance committee to say, hey, this is that, this is what we're going to dance. This is what, you have classic hip hop, you have classical music, you have classical music from Beethoven, you have classical music that is made today, but it's still in the classical music style, We call things retro, we call things old school, we call things traditional, we call things folkloric, But there are kind of like, there's not one official definition of what makes what. So I know it's really confusing. I don't think I'm going to have a podcast on that, but I just wanted to share that because it's not an easy thing to do,
Definitely. So it's just a definition and not a new name. So authentic is the authentic way to dance Kizomba. Authentic, what we are waiting for the competitor is really to be in the African mode of Kizomba. Kizomba is an African dance coming from Angola and other Palopes countries, and it's really like what we want. It's the African way to go out of your dance. You have to be really, really African way to dance, African way to move, African jinga. It's really that we are waiting for. Urban is the definition like urban dances. What we call urban dances is all the dances like hip hop, urban culture. It's not just the name urban because it's stylish, not the urban culture. So it means that we need you to be creative, because what you're gonna dancing on, it's like remixes, Kizomba remixes, but it's like remixes from R&B, from hip hop, the urban culture, So we just want the competitor to be in a urban mouth, like to be creative, to try to be in a urban mouth, like to add some pop, some like creativity, 100%. And all of the move from others dance are allowed, no limit. Like it's really like we want you to be creative on the urban part.
So by the styles from other dance, you mean it's okay to fuse, like if you have tango influence or hip hop influence or other things, like you can definitely implement those things musically into the dance.
Yeah, it's really creativity, like it's really like you are like without limit. Then Tarasha, basically when you see Tarasha, what defines Tarasha is mainly the hips moving, So we want you to respect the Tarasha mouth, but to also respect the music and trying to show what is your vision of Tarasha, and then the judge gonna agree or not, So that's why the judge is really good setting to be open mind, like you can be good in Tarasha from 2010 and you can be good of Tarasha of today, So it's really important. Tarasha is Tarasha. Then sensual, like I said, the only goal of sensual is to show elegance. You have to be elegant, you have to be precise, you have to be like, you have to be connected with your partner. You have to show emotion because the music gonna be like this, and you have to dance, you have to really be elegant and sensual, like really, I explain each category, but for me the words, I'm not explaining the categories. For me, I'm just explaining the words, and that's why for me it's clear. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it's really clear of what we are waiting for from each category.
For sure. And so now that we've explained the categories, when we do have the winner of the couples that are going to compete here in North America, and I've been saying North America and not just the US because we are going to be inviting couples from Canada and from Mexico that have expressed interest to come and compete. So there's no limit in regards to that.
Everyone is welcome.
For sure. They will win an all expense paid trip to represent North America. We're going to handle your flights, we're going to handle your hotel, and we're going to handle your food. So you just have to go there and compete, and you don't have to pay for anything there. And
I will have 2 persons in charge of these couples in Paris. 2 persons taking from the airport, bringing you to your hotel, and bringing you to go to get some food and everything, and bringing you back to the airport. Those people are gonna speak English, so everything gonna be good already. Everything is already like prepared for that.
For sure. Awesome. So now the competitors, they have an idea of what to expect. Let's talk a little bit about the people who are interested in being a part of the weekend, but are not interested in competing.
I didn't compete the last year, but I think I enjoyed my day more than if I would be the festival. Really, really, because the only point which I'm gonna really correct next year is the social in between the competition, in between the steps of the competition. It's really, really important for people around looking, So first of all, the atmosphere of everyone dancing together under one roof. It's really like unity, that day it's unity. Nobody is like, what is Kizomba, what is not Kizomba. It's unity, like it's really like today you better have to know how to dance every style of Kizomba, otherwise you're not gonna win, So everyone is open mind. You have an atmosphere of sharing, because actually it's not really a party, it's more like like a big book comes all together. The challenging atmosphere is like everybody is smiling, everybody is enjoying the time, and like really. So first of all, second, I think we will have to train the couples, the competitors, and also others couples to train about the different categories.
For sure. So we're definitely going to give training opportunities for the actual couples that are coming to compete, but obviously they'll have to do some training before they actually come to Austin to complete that weekend. But for the other people, if you like the idea of being versatile in multiple styles, we're going to offer training for you that weekend in each of the styles, so that way you can come, you can learn, you can kind of be a part of it without having to compete.
I think it's gonna be an interesting weekend, because it's gonna be a really full experience. You come, you travel, then you dance at the party, and then you're gonna train You're gonna train. Like, it's not like you just come to the court. You train. Like, you have all day to train for the competition. We didn't see that. It's like an exclusive information that I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all right. A whole day to train, like, to really improve your dance, to prepare yourself for the competition, and then the day after you have the competition. It's a really full experience, and you can live this experience without having to compete. You can live the same atmosphere of the competitors, but just coming to see and to train with them, because actually you can train with them, and just coming to see the competition. You don't especially have to compete the first year. Even though you could win, but you don't have to compete. You can come alone and just train with them. You can see sharing. You will have parties. You will have social. You will have, it's like, if you love the dance, you're gonna spend a great weekend.
Definitely. So yes, that's going to be what you can expect from the weekend. If you're not interested in competing, we still want to give you the opportunity to learn, to improve your dance, because it's not just about the competitors, it's also about the social dancers. So everybody is kind of on the same line as far as that vision is concerned. We are going to have a special couple to come from France to provide the training. We will leave that as a mystery for now. But we definitely want to bring somebody who is versatile in all of them.
Mystery.
Yes. So you have to make sure that you are paying attention. We are going to have a event in the show notes for the Facebook. So you definitely want to go to the show notes of this podcast and make sure that you RSVP for the event. Make sure you sign up to receive the notifications, because that's where we're going to be making all of the announcements. And you also want to make sure that if you want to have a visual representation of what was happening this year at the Olympiads, I'm going to link the YouTube channel for Olympiads, the official one, where all the videos are there from all the competitors from this year, so you can have an idea of what happened this year in 2016, if you're listening to this in 2016, and you have an idea of what to expect for next year in 2017.
All the videos are already on YouTube online. You can have a short, like, expect like what happened, but keep in mind that anyways next year is gonna be different, because more people will come. Mm-hmm. Maybe the level will be higher. Who knows? So just take a short look at the videos on YouTube.
Awesome. So we definitely wanted to make this podcast to make the announcement, to also explain what we're doing in detail. So we hope you guys really enjoyed the podcast and you're inspired and you're excited to be a part of this awesome weekend that's going to be there for next year. Facebook event, we're going to put some details there, but we'll be adding more and more updates as we announce those as well. But we wanted to at least put out the dates and the city of when it's going to be happening. So if you are interested in competing, look for your couple, look for your partner, and start training in each of the styles. And then you have the date to represent, so you know what dates to block out for to come to Austin to compete.
Definitely.
All right, Laurent, do you have any final message for our audience about the Olympiads, of what they should be excited for? I know you shared a lot with us already, and we really appreciate it, but I just want to give you the opportunity to say something to close out the podcast.
Olympiads is one of the projects that I really keep picking my heart, and I think the concept, it's not about talking, it's about living it. So everybody who is interested, like, just trust us and come to live this moment with us. And after that, we're gonna do another podcast and talk about it, and I think it's gonna be really, really passionate. And if I can give you an info, really brand new, is that next year gonna happen another project similar of Olympiads. It's Olympiads of Kizomba Team Edition. So actually, it's gonna be in December. I'm not sure if America would be good for that, because if you are selected, you have to travel to Paris, and travel as a team is gonna be like really hard for you, US member. But just you to know that Olympia is gonna be as a team edition as well, and it's gonna be the very first team competition in Kizomba. like it doesn't exist.
It'll be the
very
first one ever.
Yeah, the first one ever teams competition in Kizomba. I think we can rock it, and it's gonna be also the Olympiads concept. So it's gonna be by categories, but not four, just two categories: authentic and urban. And the team's gonna really like work hard for it. And the teams can start by 2 couples till 5 couples, and it's gonna be really interesting. And I have another info for you, is that the Cis Crew is already challenged to do the Olympiad teams. So
wow,
I'm really proud about it, and I'm really excited about what's gonna happen. Like after Olympiads is gonna be the project that I will wait for. So let's see how it's gonna be happen.
Can you explain a little bit about what the Cis Crew is for the people who don't know what it is?
The Cis Crew is a team built by the Show Your Style concept. You have the Show Your Style concept, and I needed a team of dancers and choreographer to be able to work on the Show Your Style concept through Europe and through the world. So the Cis Crew are dancers who went to Show Your Style, and they were the best dancers of the station. So actually their quality is about dancing in an expressive way and dancing face to the camera with trust and confidence. So they are selected with this criteria. So they are a team of people trusting their dance and dancing in an expressive way with a high level. And so actually it's a high level team of Kizomba, and they are called Cis Crew. And now the Cis Crew, like because Olympiad teams have been announced at the last Olympiad in June. I announced the date and the concept, and the Cis Crew decided to do this Olympiad, and to like the challenge is to win the Olympiad. So they are already like training together to win the Olympiad. And there is another group in Paris, which is the best group of Paris, who already also said that they will challenge at the Olympiad team. So it's gonna be really exciting, really interesting. So just to let you know, that's gonna happen December 2017, and the idea is like to do the Olympiads normal in June and the Olympiad teams, and this is 100% show, no improvisation, 100% show. Olympiad team in December each year.
Awesome. That's gonna be amazing. My birthday is in December, so I might have to swing by and check it out.
Come. What about Charles? What about you? Why should you not build a team in US? It starts from 2 couples, so you can be just 2 couples. Set a team in US and come to compete in Paris, because first you have to be selected. If you are selected, then come to Paris to maybe show to Europe who is the US Kizomba couples.
Okay, so let's put it out there on the podcast. For those of you that are interested in training at a high level, I don't have a dance partner currently, so I'll just put it out there in the podcast. To even have a dance partner would be awesome, but to even have another lead and another follow, or a team that'll be high level badasses in urban and in traditional or authentic, that would be freaking awesome. So if that interests you, feel free to message me directly, or you can send me an email. My email is charles@neokizomba.com. And we can see who's interested out there to really take their dancing to the next level, and at a top high level, but not just at a US level, but a European international level.
The worldwide level.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to share your thoughts and your inspirations with us once again, Laurent. Really appreciate it. You're definitely going to be back on a lot of other shows. I know I want to talk to you about what your thoughts are on active musical follows. We have the one about the music, to give people a really train their ear about what's going on as far as their music is concerned, and many other things as well. But it's been awesome sharing these ideas and passions together to kind of help add value to the scene out there in our own way.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna send you now a real Tarasha music, like from before all of this in electronic. Maybe you could put it at the end of the podcast. Like
I can make it the intro. Yes.
Yeah. So let's do it. Like, these people can already hear what I mean by real Tarasha music.
So which Tarashinga song are you going to send me? Like, what's the style of it? You don't have to let me know the title.
The style is Tarasha.
But
You know,
from
like,
2010, from
like-
today, from
Like when I was learning Kizomba, so in 2011, my teacher, when he was about like let's do Tarasha, Tarashinya, he was passing this music, which is really not electronic, and it's even not like a real strong beat. You know what I mean? It's like another type of Tarasha. Like it's really like today, what people think about Tarasha is really a different way to see what is
different
Tarasha.
perspective for sure.
Yeah, the track is called Shikinya Tarashinya.
I know that one.
Yeah, and that track you can put it now, like when we say goodbye, and it's a real Tarashinya. And what was funny is that when we pass it on Olympiad, you know, people were like, "Is this Tarashinya?" Which I tell you, it's real Tarashinya. You cannot do more Tarashinya than that, you know. And people were like, "Oh, I don't know," like it's amazing, you know.
That's awesome. We'll definitely include that for the intro and the outro of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good night. Thanks for all your time, and we'll see you in the
Thank
next
you for the
episode.
invitation, and people from US, thank you to listeners like this. It's really like I appreciate it. Like people listen to us, so thank you very much. See you very soon, and keep up for the Olympiad of Kizomba US selections.
Bye bye. Thank you for checking out the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast today. Be sure to check out neokizomba.com for links to everything that we chatted about today, as well as some awesome free resources to enhance your Kizomba journey.
É pra sentirem, yo, eu quero a dama que arrasa. Eu quero a dama que quadrada. Eu quero a dama que tá rachada. Eu quero a dama que me sente. Fui num boda, dancei com ela. Chiquinha, da rachinha. Chiquinha, da rachinha. Fui num boda, dancei com ela. Chiquinha, da rachinha. Chiquinha, da rachinha. Chiquinha já está bateira. Chiquinha já está bateira. Chiquinha já está sentindo no gueto.